Hey, welcome back to my channel. My name is Meg and we are back today with another new release, and I'm so excited. It's from one of my all-time, if not my absolute all-time favorite brand, and that's from Unearthly Cosmetics, and it is the Just a Taste palette. I didn't get the whole collection. I believe like there's some lip products and highlighter with this, but I love me an eyeshadow palette, so that is what I ordered and treated myself to. So if you want to see what look I create with this, then keep on watching. All right, so let's dig into it. This is the outer package of what they always seem to send like their eyeshadow palettes in now, which I absolutely love. You just know everything's coming really secure, and I really don't have a fear that a shadow is going to be broken. So this is the outer box, and you open it up and it's got the styrofoam insert, and you pull that out and you have the palette inside with the same artwork. And then the actual palette itself, I guess I could have done this ahead of time, is the same artwork. So I actually really like this artwork from the get-go. If you've seen some of my recent videos, I've mentioned that I have got a manga and manhwa and webtoon and that obsession these days. And so this is sort of giving me the feels of that, which I am freaking obsessed with. I love it. I know some people said that they weren't crazy about it, but I think this is banger for a vampire packaging. And then on the inside, this is the color story. Definitely has kind of a mix of cool and warm tones, sort of like autumnal going into winter. I don't really necessarily get seasonal with my color stories that I use, but I definitely think it can give that vibe. I wasn't, to be honest, super crazy about this color story when I first saw it. It wasn't that I didn't like it, but I was just kind of oh, that's pretty, that's okay. And I don't know, the more I looked at it, I was you know what, I do really like it, and I adore the formula. I already know that I can get down with that. So I was you know what, I just want to get more shades in the Unearthly formula. So, and more of these 18 pen palettes. I can count. So I decided to go for it. And I just always love being able to get an Unearthly palette, when it just comes out when I can. I can't always partake in that because it is an indie brand and it has indie brand pricing, which it is worth every penny in my opinion. But I can't be buying every single thing that they come out with, but I try to buy as much of it as I can. So just going on their site, and I'll have swatches inserted somewhere throughout all this. There is the Just a Taste collection. It doesn't look like you get full collection kind of bundle. It looks like they just released everything individually from what I can see. But we have the Just a Taste eyeshadow palette, which retails for, this must be an American. I thought I switched it to Canadian. Yeah, I'm just going to leave it in American for now. But it retails for $74 USD. It has 18 shades. Just gorgeous color story. Love that. Sorry, trying not to lose my train of thought while I move on to different products. I get so distracted so easily. And then it also had a Gory Glow highlighter, which retails for $28 USD. Really pretty. I'll try to actually kind of hold this up. So that's what the pan looks like. And then that's the swatches that they have. So you can actually see everything. Really gorgeous. It looks like a kind of pinky hue sort of one. Kind of wishing I had gotten that because it looks super freaking cute. And then we have the Just a Taste lip oils, which retail for $7 USD. I really like the lip oils. I just don't I'm getting more into them, but I don't use them enough that I just didn't feel like I needed more lip oils at this point in my life. But it comes in 3 shades: Nocturnal, which is a sheer black; Fog, which is a milky gray; and Inferno, which is a sheer red. And then that's the outer box. And then here's just the swatches of them and on different skin tones and that. And there's what the component looks like. But yeah, super cute. So all of that, as from what I can see, is currently available. It doesn't look like anything is out of stock. I do not have a code myself with Unearthly Cosmetics. Like, if I could have any wish in this world, it would be to work with them. I love them so much. But there are tons of amazing influencers out there who have codes with them. So I definitely suggest, if you want to try to save a little bit of money, look that up. I used the code Britches, which is for Brit Clark, on my purchase, but there's lots of other ones that you can use as well. But save yourself some money and help support your fellow, like, you know, your influencer. You know, you like watching makeup videos, support them. You save money, they make a little money. You know, win-win. Anyways, let's zoom you in and we'll get started on creating a look. Zoomed in, ready to go. I think I've got sort of stuff figured out. I knew I wasn't going to do like a complicated look. Like, if you're not new here, when I'm first using a palette, a lot of times I just do something like pretty basic, like a cut crease or halo eye. But I really want to like try to explore the color story a bit. So I think I've somewhat figured out at least like where I'm starting off with. So we're going to go first in with like what I believe is like the deepest shade, or one of the deepest shade, and this is Nocturnal Kiss. So it's not like quite like a black. I think it's more like just like a dark gray. Like, it doesn't seem like a full-on black. It's either like a dark gray or like grayish brown. And I picked that up on this like just like Morphe flat packer brush. And we're gonna start placing that. Trying to get rid of the crease of my eye base, and we're gonna place this just on the inner and outer corner. And I think I'm going to only bring it up about that high right now. We can always end up bringing it up higher later, but you can't like really like bring it back down if I bring it up too much. So trying to not get out of hand. All right, so then I'm going to go in with this shade Cloaked Desire, which is this like dark kind of murky green. And I'm taking that on this Melt Cosmetics. It's like a tapered shadow. And we're just going to start placing that around that other shade. It's not too much lighter than that one. They're pretty close in depth. We're going to just bring that all the way across. I normally like having something like deeper in the middle when I'm doing a halo eye, and also bring it a little bit in the front. Next, we're going to go in with Wicked Woods, which is a lighter, like not super light shade, but lighter than the other ones. Kind of like a mid-tone, kind of sage, swamp green. I hate when I wear like a wig or something, is I just always feel like there's hairs that come down. And I'm grabbing this on another Melt Cosmetics. This time it's a round transition brush. We're just going to start using that to blend this out. Trying to go in lightly because it's still not like a light shade. Like, I don't mind how it's looking, but it is like with the tones in it, like I can see how like this easily could get kind of muddy. So just really trying to go in light-handed, and you can always add more. But it's a vampire palette, so it's okay if it's like a little bit gloomy. Go back in with a little bit more of the previous shade. And then even a little bit more of the very first shade. And then I'm going to go in with a little bit of my eye base, and I'm going to carve out, try not to have a mirror, sorry. I'm going to carve out some space, and I want quite a bit of space for these shimmers to pop. Right, and I went and put some NYX glitter glue just right on top of where we had put that base. And then going with our first shimmer, which is this gorgeous like duochrome here. Hopefully you can see the gorgeous shift there. And that is Fanged Charm. And I'm going to pick that up on the same brush that I used to put the glitter glue down. I'm going to start placing this like on like the outer sides. Right, and then for the middle, I thought about going in with like Haunted Heart, but I just thought that would be like more like the typical shade that I would go for. So I think I'm going to go into Mortal Dusk, which is this gorgeous, like another like shifty shade there. It's kind of like a little bit of pinky tones, but a lot of like, you know, yellow, gold as well, maybe even orangey. I don't know. I think it's really pretty. So I'm just flipping over that brush that we were already using, and we're going to start just placing this down the center. Hopefully that's not too loud in the background because I can hear it really well, but I can hear that my husband is obviously watching something Star Wars. Probably Clone Wars, cause, like the animated series, because that's what he's been watching lately. But hopefully not too disruptive for you. Ooh, pretty. I like how those flow together. And then I'm going to take the tiniest little bit of Nocturnal Kiss back on that first brush and just make sure that this and the outer shimmer jive. And that like nothing looks too harsh. Time for the lower lash line. I went ahead and placed some black eyeliner. I used the Melt Cosmetics gel pencil liner in Onyx. And I'm going to hop in. Oh, I don't know why I did that. Rub it off. Using this Melt Cosmetics flat definer sort of brush, I'm going to jump into, I want to add some other shades in here. So I'm going to jump into Eternal Slumber, which is like a deep purple. It was actually kind of one of the first mattes I was drawn to, but I'm always drawn to the purple. So I was trying to go for some other shades first. And I'm excited to incorporate this one as well. We're just gonna run this along the lower lash. And then grabbing a small pencil brush. This is from BH Cosmetics. And we're gonna grab the kind of lighter sort of grayish purple here, which is Forbidden Embrace. And we're just going to use that to lightly blend out that bottom shade. Maybe even emphasize some eye baggage. Oh yeah, I kind of like that. You know, vampires, nocturnal, never sleeping. But do they get eye bags? Love that. And then I'm going to go in just with my pinky, and I am going to dip into that Haunted Heart shade just to incorporate as many shades as I can. We're going to place that on my inner corner just for a little added sparkle. Oh, that is sparkly and so cute. Oh, I love that. Well, like I said, it wasn't going to be a complicated look, and I think this is pretty much it. So I'm going to go recreate this on the other eye, put on some lashes, you know, finish off the look, put put on something on my lips, and I'll come show you how it all looks together. So be right back. We made it. Here it is, the finished look. I think it's really cute, very like kind of grungy, somber garden vibes, and it's a look that I tend to gravitate towards. So I am so happy that I got this. Would I say, like, you know, when it comes to the Unearthly palettes, like, is it my all-time fave that they've done? No. I feel like they have done better color stories, but the performance is right there with what you'd expect from Unearthly shadows, and I think it's a great comp. Like, if you already have palettes from them, or if this is a color story that does really speak to you, I think that it is something that would really enhance your collection. I'm happy to have it. I am happy to incorporate it with my other palettes, and I also do want to like dig into this more. Like, I don't know if this will be like a eventual 3 looks 1 palette or anything like that. I definitely like want to get into this bright shade here, highlight the purples a bit more, play with a bit more of the shimmers, but it's like, it is a very like kind of like, you know, like deep, but like also like, you know, soft and somber kind of color story in my opinion. So like you're definitely getting like, you know, I always hate saying dusty because it's like dusty, I don't mean it in a bad way, but like a sort of like dustier, grungier kind of tone to the colors, which I am all about. But, you know, if you're looking for something like really like bright and like bam, this is probably not the Unearthly palette that I would recommend going towards. But is it beautiful? Do I love it? Am I happy to have it? Yes. But those are just kind of like my initial thoughts after playing with it. And yeah, hopefully that kind of helps you decide if it's something that you want to invest in. If you've been thinking about picking it up but were unsure, maybe that kind of helps put you in the right direction. For the look, I went in with the Ione half lashes in Foxy, like I do for pretty much every single look I do. The lips, I went with a combo. So it was from ColourPop Cosmetics, one of their lippy pencils in Pitch. It's just this nice kind of chocolatey mid to deep brown, and then one of my absolute favorite lip products and favorite shades from them, from Unearthly Cosmetics, is Satin Liquid Lip in Diana. I don't even know why I looked at the bottom as if I had to read that. Like, I know it's Diana. The colors coming across like a little bit more like different, like a little bit more like brown in there just because of the lip liner, but I really like how they play off each other, and I think it's really cute, so I love it. But this is like my go-to kind of a nude color. It's kind of leans a little bit more on like the cool side, but it's just, yeah, it's not like your typical kind, just like peachy or just flat out brown nude. I absolutely love it, and if it's something that you haven't tried from them yet, I highly recommend trying the Unearthly Satin Liquid Lip Form because it is fabulous. I'm pretty sure the components either have changed or are changing, but they're switching over to like this like kind of crystal format from this like snow globe one that they used to have, which this was so cool. But like, you know, like brands, like they're always trying to like, you know, kind of grow and find like, you know, their sort of image along with everything like that. And I think it's really cool that they're exploring some other packaging. So like I loved this, but I think this is really like gorgeous too. A little bit more like probably timeless as well. The only like downside is that like you do have to like put it in something because it's like, you know, it doesn't have, it's not flat on the bottom, but most people have them in a container or lipstick stand anyways, so I don't think it's really a big deal. But yeah, I hope you enjoyed watching me create this look, seeing the end result, getting my 2 cents on the palette, and then yeah, I don't really know where else I'm going with that. If you like the video, give it a thumbs up, comment down below, subscribe. I'd love to have you stick around for more content. I'm trying really hard to keep stuff flowing regularly as best I can, and mixing stuff up too, so it's not like, you know, constantly the same sort of videos between my content, like to the best I can. Like, it's always makeup related, but trying to like mix it up between like my Ipsy stuff and then, you know, new stuff and then older palettes and all that kind of jazz. So anyways, if there's other like kind of beauty related videos that you're interested in seeing and you'd be interested to see me do them or my take on them, then definitely let me know in the comments. I'm still not 100% sure. I'm going to try to do another like kind of declutter slash like eyeshadow palette collection video. I did one last year, and it was a lot of fun going through and like, you know, kind of going through that process with you guys. So I thought it'd be fun to kind of like, you know, revisit, see how stuff has changed. Like, have I used any of the palettes that maybe were on the fence a little bit more, any more than I did in like this past year or anything like that. So stay tuned for that. Hopefully it'll be coming, but probably more towards like the end of the month. Also gonna be doing as much pre-filming as possible because like in a month and a half we're going to Mexico for my 40th birthday and I am so excited. So yeah, anyways. If you aren't already, check me out on my other socials, Spooky Mama Glam on Instagram and TikTok. And with that, we're going to wrap it up. I hope you enjoyed this and have a great day. Bye!